Nintendo has just officially unveiled the Nintendo Switch 2. We're going to talk about this new console, what we can discover from this trailer, and some interesting details about the Nintendo Switch 2 right now. So, this unveiling came very early this morning, and it has fans very excited about what the future may bring. Now, the console is looking quite sleek, and obviously, a lot of people have been commenting on the magnetic Joy-Cons, the larger kickstand, the fact that it has a top charging port. All very, very good things. Nintendo just kind of dropped this on Twitter, and you can see the official website here where they are talking about the Switch 2, the new design, and when you can expect to hear more. Now, largely, it opened with that trailer that we just got a sneak peek of, but there are a few more details that we can see on this website. We can see that the bezels are slightly improved. There's still the game card on the top, and I do really appreciate that the charging port will be on the top of the console as opposed to the bottom of the console where it used to be in the past, so that you can play a little bit easier as you're on the go. Now, I really, really like the design. It's a modernization, but they didn't do anything too crazy. I do especially appreciate the fact that that back kickstand is a full kickstand and not the little like partial kickstand that we currently have on our Switch units. Let me grab mine really quick. Sometimes this messes up my TV in the background when I start playing with the Switch. So if you remember the OLED unit, they kind of did this with the OLED unit where it was a bit of a larger one. And then the original unit just had the little like one leg kickstand. So they've been slowly but surely improving the Nintendo Switch to be more modernized. This console is quite a significant size increase, by the way. I took these images that they had in their official trailer and put them side by side, and I got some figures to share with you. Long story short, it is a 25% increase in size. Here are the dimensions that I tweeted out if you were sort of curious about how much larger that screen is going to be. Now, real quick disclaimer, the leaks said it would be about 8.4 inches. Here's what I got. In Photoshop, it's about 310 by 175 pixels for whatever this original is. The OLED had a 7-inch screen and the original has a 6.2-inch screen. The new model in Photoshop is about 390 pixels by 220 pixels. That is a 25% increase in pixel size. Now, bear with me, and I highly encourage you to double check my math. Maybe they've officially said somewhere what the screen size will be, but I didn't see it anywhere when I was recording this video. So please let me know if you've discovered something different or find a flaw in my math here. Math is not my forte. Anyway, that would be 7.75 inches if it's being compared to a base model, or 8.75 inches if applied to the original numbers. With the leaks having it around 8.4 inches, I do think my estimates are close, but even on the post, I said, please double check my math. Long story short, it is a substantial size increase, and even in the asset, you can see that the original model is shown, and they actually show it sort of ballooning up in size quite significantly compared to where it was originally. Now, the question is, have they managed to strike a sweet spot in terms of the dimensions for ergonomics, for portability and everything? Nintendo has been a master at that, and I think they're going to be able to nail it again. I do appreciate that they have one of those old school headphone jacks, and I just confirmed really quick on my OLED, yes, they absolutely do have Bluetooth audio, so yes, this unit will also have Bluetooth audio. One thing a lot of people were pointing out were the magnetic Joy-Cons. There is this little attachment portion on the unit that people were pointing out as being a little bit small, and there was a concern that there would be some breakage. Now, in my experience, usually those are quite firm, for lack of a better term, and I am less concerned about the idea that these Joy-Cons snapping into that port would cause any issues. But then again, anybody with kids knows your kids can be quite rough with these things, and time will tell if that ends up being the case. Let's just watch this animation. This is obviously a rendering of what they think the unit is going to look like, and they show it snapping into the port here in just a second. I do like that they used blue accents as opposed to a all blue or an all red controller. The buttons do look similar, and I do think that the everything just is looking great. It looks like the exact level of modernization that they needed. A lot of the same functionality will be there with some of the original games, even though they do state on the website there's the port that I was talking about specifically, and you get to watch it snap into there magnetically, which I think is a lot better solution than like the mechanical lock that the current unit has, where you have to like sort of click it and then slide it out. I do like the idea of being able to just click right into the unit. I think that is going to be a really great solution. Now, there are a few more details on the website, like the fact that you are going to be able to play your old video games. You can play Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games on Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. Nintendo Switch Online members can continue using the service on Nintendo Switch 2. Answering some of the questions that fans had about whether or not their old games would work on the new unit. There is going to be a full list, but I have to imagine some of the games that dealt with functionality with the original Joy-Cons might have shifted their compatibility requirements. So they just weren't able to be ported is what I'm getting at. Or some of those third-party games, maybe that for some reason they didn't make it over. The important question is going to be those coveted titles that we all love, like the Zelda titles and everything, which I imagine Nintendo has solved for. We're going to learn more on April 2nd. Specifically, some people were confused if it was February 4th or April 2nd online. It is April 2nd as confirmed here on the website. You can stay tuned for a closer look and you can actually learn more. And it says Nintendo Direct will air on Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025, offering a closer look at Nintendo Switch 2, the successor Nintendo Switch releasing in 2025. The broadcast time will be announced on this website and on our social media accounts at a later date. And then continuing down, there was one other thing. There's going to actually be a hands-on session, which hopefully I'm able to get a ticket for. You have to go to this website. I'm going to link to it in the description below. So if you get a ticket, let me know so I can be your plus one. To the Los Angeles area. I'm not going to fly out to New York for this thing, but I am definitely going to try and get a ticket, drive down to LA and get some footage of y'all of whatever my experience is with the Nintendo Switch 2 at one of these events, assuming I can get in, because you do have to have an official Nintendo account. You have to actually go to these physical locations. It starts in New York on 4/4 to 4/6. It's in LA 4/11 to 4/13, and it'll be in Dallas 4/25 to 4/27. And you do need a free Nintendo account. So we talked about that. And here's the actual website where you can experience firsthand. It does say tickets will be made available through a free to enter randomly selected drawing. Register during the registration period for a chance to attend. And registration is opening like tomorrow. So if you're seeing this video the first day I put it up, registrations opens tomorrow at noon Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, and that'll be open until January 26th. It does seem like hopefully y'all are able to get a spot at this thing if they're keeping it open for that long. Knowing Nintendo, often these things instantly sell out. I did notice that one fan pointed out something really, really interesting. They said official 24-player Mario Kart on Switch 2, just looking at the grid pattern. That is obviously something Nintendo fans have been asking for a long time. And I have to give Nate the Hate credit. He said that this reveal would drop on the 16th. It dropped on the 16th, and he even knew that it would drop with a Mario Kart reveal. That was one of his predictions. And I got to give Marquise Brownlee props on pointing out the magnetic Joy-Cons and the USB-C top port, which I talked about in this video. Overall, what do you think about the Nintendo Switch 2? I think it's some very strong improvements. I do hope that my math is actually correct on it being a 25% increase, putting it around above 8.4 inches. If it's a 25% increase, it's going to be about 8.75. Real quick, I want to open up Photoshop here and just show you what I did. So show the work, right? So here's actually what I did. I took this square and I made a square. And just to compare Like if we take the screen size presented here, here's how much larger it is when you compare it to the image that they're displaying here. So that's how much additional screen space that you're getting versus the original screen size as it's presented. It is a significant margin. Just to visualize it a little bit more, if you were sort of curious. Like, so these are the dimensions of the original screen compared to the new screen. And if I just take a second here and line it up, you can see it is a significant amount more screen space. And I am very excited to see what that ends up looking like. It does look like, though, if you just scale it up, you are going to lose a little bit on top. So maybe that 8.4 is correct after all. We will learn more on April 2nd. I'm very excited about the Switch 2. What a great little hardware tease. I do wish it would have come before CES, and I bet Nintendo wishes it came before CES. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you did like this video. I hope you found it informative and actually enjoyed the content real quick. I was looking for a news story today, and there it is. Bam. Am I right? Thank you so much to the members. I do really support you. Christopher, Eddie, Phil Aroni, the Scarecrow 121, Inner Machine, Savage 03, and Spingetter 889. Thank you so much, as well as all of the other people who have been supporting. If you want to support, you can support by clicking the membership button. Just click that join button on YouTube, or go to patreon.com/SaveStatePlus to support this channel. You want to see what else is going on in the gaming world? There was also a very exciting announcement about an Xbox Developer Direct coming at the end of the month. Lots of video game goodness to come. I got some exciting previews on the way. Stay tuned. Lots coming. Bye for now, everybody.